Is it really possible to expand your mind and improve your life in just 5 easy ways? Well, after watching this video, you tell me. Hey, 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 entre leaders. Happy Monday. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood on today. And if you are completely brand new to my channel, I want to say good morning to you all the way from Guangzhou, China. I am very happy to be with you on this morning before I go to my class. And for those of you who are regulars, I want to say welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Charity C. Campbell, better known as Dr. C. And I am a doctor of management, a multi-passionate entre leader, an academic professional, and an entrepreneur, and an organization development and leadership specialist who loves helping creative entrepreneurs just like yourself unlock their full potential. And the 5 insights that I'm going to be sharing with you briefly today are things that can help you better yourself as well as live a more fulfilling life. And of course, if you are watching live, go ahead and pop over in the comments so I can acknowledge you, just like Miss Tony Green right now. Good evening to you, your time. Hello, and thanks for joining. Now, as I said, some of the things that I'm going to be sharing with you on today, they are, they're really simple ways that you can expand your mind, and they're not going to cost you anything but maybe a little bit of time. So let's get into it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pop over to our slides right now. And if you're new here and you're not a part of my DCTV community, please be advised that I am a kingdom believer. Hi, Jeremy. Thanks for joining from LinkedIn. I am a kingdom believer and an entrepreneur, entre leader. So most times I do employ scriptures and like quotes of positivity on my live streams. And so with that said, I do want to take you to today's scripture, which is coming from the Common English Bible Translation. And it just basically says that then you will know the truth and the truth will set you free. Okay, then you will know the truth and the truth will set you free. And it's coming from John 8:32. Now, you may be wondering, what does that have to do with expanding your mind? And I see, hey, Dr. James Morris. I have a lot of LinkedIn people joining in. Hey, Dr. James Morris, it's been quite a long time since I have talked to you. Thanks for tuning in on this day. So the truth is, when you expand your mind, you are freeing yourself from the limitations that have been holding you back. And you're opening up yourself to new possibilities. And not only that, but opportunities. And you're becoming more knowledgeable and enlightened. An expanded mind is a free mind. And so that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Now, Henry Ford said that there is no man living who isn't capable of more. Okay, let's look at that again. Okay, Henry Ford said there is no man living who isn't capable of doing more than he thinks he can do. That basically lets us know that our minds control our abilities. If we think small, our results will be small. I can tell you this from personal experience. I thought small for so long, and it limited my ability, it limited my capabilities because I allowed fear, I allowed inadequacies, I allowed all of those things to make me feel like I couldn't do more. But when I started thinking big, it's the same as what he's saying here. When we begin to think big and really stretch ourselves, then we can achieve great things. And that's what this video is all about. It's helping you expand your mind and reach your full potential. Now, the best way to do that is by learning. And so some of the ways and the tips that I'm going to be sharing with you today are all dealing with learning, expanding your mind by learning. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to go back to school or get a PhD or a degree, like many of those who are tuning in right now, like Dr. Jeremy Grandstaff or Dr. James Morris. Like, all right now, they are colleagues of mine back in the States You don't have to go back to school unless you want to. Unless you want to. You don't have to go back to school to get a degree. But there are many different ways to learn. And so the first way that I'm going to share with you is, of course, reading a book. Reading a book that is completely unrelated to your field of work is one way to learn. This can help you to open your mind to new possibilities and perspectives. It can also help you to gain knowledge in other areas, which can be useful when you're trying to expand your mind in your chosen field. For example, if you're a doctor, and you might read a book about history, or you might read a book about mechanics, something that is completely unrelated to your field. You could also read a book about marketing or about finances. So the possibilities truly are endless. So find a book that interests you and start reading today. Now, the second thing that you can do is to talk to someone who has different political beliefs than you do. And I know that this one, especially like in our political climate at the moment, sometimes people might be a little leery of doing this, but talking to someone who has different political beliefs than you can help you to understand their perspective. It doesn't mean that you have to actually agree. We have to learn to be able to disagree amicably, right? We have to learn how to be able to disagree with someone without being offensive or offended. Learning from someone else's perspective can help you also learn more about the topic in question. And like I said, it can be challenging, but a rewarding experience. And it can help you expand your mind in ways that you never thought possible. For example, if you are a conservative, you might talk to a liberal and vice versa. Now I know some of my conservatives right now are just like, I'm not doing that. All I'm saying is it's a possibility. You might also want to, try talking to someone who is from a different country or a culture than you are. And this can be a great way to learn more about the world and the people who live in it. And as a millennial global leader who has traveled to so far 25 different countries and counting, I've worked with clients over the past 8 years from 37 countries. Y'all, I sat down, I think it was about a month ago. What's this? This is March. And about January, I sat down and I counted all of the people, the representations, the nationalities of people that I have worked with over the past 8 years. And it blew my mind that I have worked with people from over 37 countries. I had no idea. I had no idea, from over 37 countries. And I was like, oh, wow, no, that's something that you need to be proud of. And I have taught students of all ages and nationalities, presented from over 20 countries. Let me tell you this. Talking to people with a different perspective or a different background from a different country, this will undoubtedly expand your mind. Now, before I move on to the third way, I want to know, what are some of your easy ways to expand your mind? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you're getting some value from this video and you're on YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook, would you mind giving this a thumbs up and also sharing it on your social media sites? This year, I do have a goal to grow our DCTV community by helping 2022 multi-passionate entre leaders. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm so committed to helping them discover their purpose and unlock their potential so that they can make an impact. So if you know someone who would benefit from this content, please share it with them, and I greatly appreciate it. All right, let's move on to way number 3, spending time in nature. Now, this was something that, I will be honest with you, that was not my favorite. That was not my favorite because I am not a nature girl. But I, especially last year I went hiking for the first time. And it almost killed my body because my body's not really made for hiking. Okay. It's not. But I did it. I challenged myself. And I even on my travel channel, I have a couple of videos about that. But go hiking. Like, spend some time in nature. It can be a great way to expand your mind. Not only does it help you to relax and rejuvenate, but it can also help you to learn new things and see the world from a very different perspective. For example, you might go for a walk in the park or sit by the river, which I do like that. Now, I'll admit I like that. But you can go for a walk, sit by the river, Go for a hike in the mountains, which is what I did last year. Whichever option you choose, just make sure to take some time and relax and enjoy your surroundings. This is one of those more peaceful ways to expand your mind. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the fourth one. I'm trying to make sure that I can get all of this in before I have to jump onto my class right now. Okay. So all right, here's way number 4. Watch a documentary. Now, this one right here, I will admit, had to take me some time to get used to that one. So watch a documentary on a subject that you're interested in. Documentaries are, some people say they're boring, but they can be a great way to learn new things and expand your mind. They can cover a wide variety of topics, and they can also help you learn more about topics that you may not necessarily know a lot about. For example, you might be a creative like me, but one day you decide that you are going to watch a documentary on something that really doesn't pick your interest, like just to see how you can add it to yourself or to your life as a creative. And I've found that if I watch a documentary on something that's not creative related, but it's just factual, then what I will try to do is apply what I've learned from the documentary to my creative endeavors and my processes, like in my writing and things like that. So that's another way. Okay. That's another way that you can try as well. And so then the fifth thing is, now please let me know if you all are getting some value out of this content. I know I'm going pretty fast. And for those of you who are taking notes, thank you. Learning is a beautiful thing. So make sure you're definitely taking notes. Okay. So the fifth thing is taking on a class. Whew. Now, again, this is not saying you have to go to a traditional educational institution. You don't have to go to a school to take a class. You can take classes online now. There can be classes for a variety of topics and hobbies and things. But taking a class on a topic that you know absolutely nothing about is another easy way to expand your mind. And this can be a great way to learn new things and expand your knowledge in different areas. For example, if you let's say you might take a cooking class. Maybe cooking is really not your thing. You're like, I don't know how to cook. Okay, I can't even cook cereal. Like, that's a bad place to be because you don't cook cereal. You just assemble it. But that's a bad place to be. But maybe you say, you know what? I really want to learn how to cook. I want to be better. Like, I want to take care of myself better. Take a cooking class. Or maybe you decide, hey, I want to get some moves. I want to learn how to dance. Take a dance class. Or even take a language class. I'm currently taking Chinese, and let me tell you, that's a challenge. You're talking about opening your mind, expanding your mind. I'm doing way more than that. Okay. Learning Chinese is so difficult to do, but it's an opportunity for me to expand my mind. Even if you think you are the most open-minded person, that's fine, but you still need to expand your mind. Okay. And so another thing about expanding your mind is, like, you get the most benefit out of finding a class that you are actually interested in. This could be something that you decide to do when you are, maybe you want to go back to, maybe you're good with taking pictures with your phone, but you want to do something with photography, or you want to learn how to create and edit videos, or whatever it is. Make sure that the class that you take is something that you really are interested in, because it will help you to stay motivated and learn as much as possible. So there you have it. Let me go back to the screen so you can see all 5 of them. There you have it. We have read a book that is completely unrelated to your field of work. Talk to someone who has a different political belief, or someone from a different country or background from you. We also have spend time in nature, go for a walk, do things like that. Watch a documentary on a subject that you're interested in, or also simply take a class on a topic that you know nothing about. These are 5 easy ways to expand your mind, and be sure to try some of these activities and see how they work for you. Now, as I mentioned before, I am getting ready to hop on my class. I have 2 classes back to back with my university students, but I wanted to make sure that I got you on my Monday morning to give you that dose of motivation. So as you go to sleep, your time, if you are EST, or if you're back in the States, when you wake up in the morning on Monday, you will feel refreshed and ready to go. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you all on next Monday.